Good afternoon, and it is indeed a great afternoon. We just clicked 12 o'clock, and of course, that means it's auction time. On behalf of Smart Sale, EXP Realty, and in particular Grant Hackett, my name is David Palfreman, privileged to bring to you the live online auction of the property at 19A Reid Rd by way of virtual auction. Now, I'll give you a little bit of insight into the way auctions work. For those of you who this is the first virtual auction that you've attended, I'm going to give you a real insight into how that works. I'm going to take you through your technical details and conduct of auction. We'll say a few last things about the property that is behind me on screen and indeed in the forefront of your minds. So folks, let's go firstly and foremost to that principle of auction. Auction, a way that we offer a right of transparency to purchasers who seek to acquire ownership, and also a preference to the unconditional buyers. That means buyers who have done their due diligence and are in a position to make an unconditional commitment to our sellers on the documents that have been supplied to you right the way throughout the campaign by Grant Hackett and the team here at Smart Sale Real Estate and EXP. So bidding today is on an unconditional basis and on those terms and conditions as supplied to you. I do make you aware that if you have a variation, and I'm aware of variations in play, then of course that variation of terms will be honoured by our seller. And of course, if that's you, we wish you all the best with your intentions. Buyers, I'm aware also of conditional interest, perhaps joining us on the live stream today. If that's you, sit tight. We like to say we give the unconditional buyers a 10-minute head start, but we do work with all buyers right the way through the campaign. And if you are watching, waiting, sit tight, let's see how we go. The way that the online auctions work is slightly different in the sense that it is an online bidding room where I have my sales team. Now, each sales member here in the room has registered bidders. Now, buyers today have to be pre-registered and authorised by our client. Now, the registered bidders' opportunity to bid, relaying bids through my sales team. Now, the right of transparency that I offer, I'll mark the bid very clearly with the sales representative that you're working with. So I'll say words like the buyer working with Maria holding that lead position. So you know where the bid is at all times. As far as the way that auction works, it probably comes as no surprise to you that I've been furnished with a reserve price. A reserve price is very simply the price at which the current owner is happy to remain the owner. Of course, that's not their intention. A bona fide reason for sale, looking to retirement in Orewa, I believe, and wish you all the very best with that, and thank you for your trust to our sellers. And of course, for those of you who are seeking what is a fantastic family home, potentially large enough here for even multi-generational living, the opportunity at 19A Reid Rd, very real, and indeed, I'm sure a very happy purchaser. We will find out who that is shortly. The way I take you through this, depending on the auctioneers that you've worked with in the past, everyone's a little bit different, but my prerogative is that I can suggest the sum at which the bid may be raised. I make it very crystal clear, I'm happy to work with your suggestions as to value. In fact, I will wait for them. Can also push back on bids I don't deem to be in the best interest of moving the auction to a favourable conclusion. I also have the exclusive right to place a bid for and on behalf of our seller. It's called a vendor bid. If I exercise that power, I will clearly use the words vendor bid. And also a little note there, only below the reserve price. That intention simply to give you an indication what won't own the property and invite your interest north of that. If you don't want me to vendor bid, no problems. You simply need to bid yourselves. If you are the successful purchaser, congratulations in order. I do alert you, if we were to pause the auction with bidding that stopped below the reserve, I will pause and have a conversation with our lead bidder. It's very important today, if you're intending to own the property, that you hold that bid at all times. My suggestion is start the auction and then hold the bid until I bring the hammer down in your favour. If we do pause, I will have a conversation with that lead bidder, and I'm going to make it very clear, very, very rare, but in some situations, clause 2.6 in the contract is invoked and the vendor sells the property side table. So it's very important, if ownership is your intention, that you hold that bid until I bring the hammer down in your favour. If that's you, of course, before you pop the champagne, we simply ask you affix your signature to the contract. Failing that, and perhaps it's your preference, by bidding today, you do irrevocably authorise me to sign the paperwork on your behalf under clause 2.8a of that agreement, and simply leaves you to pay the deposit, 1/10 of the purchase price, the balance due on the 15th of September, unless you have a variation with our clients. Now, the auction agreement itself, nice, clean, unconditional in all respects, You do have all the standard terms and conditions there for clarity and your protection. If you look to the further terms, they're a nice, clean, unconditional agreement for you, and this is an opportunity, of course, for you to secure what is a truly wonderful family home. I'm going to bring you to the marketing, but perhaps just before we do, you know it as 19A Reid Rd. The technical details here is an estate and freehold land. It's 666 square metres, lovely little sum there, plus a half share in that access of 254 square metres. Recorded on your North Auckland Land Registry Record of Title, Volume 92 Delta, Folio 378. So there's the legal details. The more important details, of course, you've seen the property yourselves and made your own judgments, I'm sure. That said, I'm happy to take you through what I believe to be some of the salient points as I do my own sounded like it. Let's bring it up. It's a pretty considerable home. And the background here, actually, this is the first time it's ever been on the market. It's been a family home where the property has been reconfigured to allow even extra space, whether that be for extended family, border income, perhaps Airbnb, the opportunity there with that converted garage, all consented, giving you plenty of scope for larger families or indeed whatever you see fit. You've got some good off-street parking there, and you know the area. It's just so handy. There's everything that you need, just a very short stroll down the road, whether it be a little bit of a movie with the family or perhaps you just need some new kicks. It's all there down at Lynn Mall. And of course you've got the parks, the train station, the buses, everything's so handy. And I imagine that you're going to be saying to your mates, let's come around to my place. And certainly the owner, sad to leave, however, happy to provide a great family home to a new purchaser. Some very fond memories here with families, and not only that, extended friends. Some of those Christmases there, I believe, 30 or 40 people descending on the home and all the capacity there. Huge decking, huge living, lovely sense of space. It's just a wonderful place to be, and I'm sure you've made your decision to take ownership. If that's you, I'm going to give you a chance to speak. Buyers, over to you. Opening bid or offer. Who kicks us away? I do alert you also, as I know many of you watching on the live stream and also with my sales team, suggest you mute the live stream and listen to the audio coming from the phone. That's why we have the phone registrations. There can be quite a delay on the live stream. I'd hate for you to be disadvantaged. Please refer instructions through your sales team. Buyers, 882,500. There we go, 882,500. What a start. Clearly calculated. Well, we welcome you in. Good luck. You'll need it at that level. 882,500 brings you in. Buyer working with Lance, for clarity here. It's just we move a nice, easy, what do we say? I'm not going to tell you how much we're going to move it because that's going to be bloody confusing. But let's go 950 perhaps, the next bid. What do we say? All happy to take your suggestions, folks. But 882,500, our starter with Lance, and bidding it away here. 19A Reid Rd in New Lynn. Wonderful family home on the offering. First call in Lance's buyer's favour. Sure, not going to be done at that level. Second time, 882.5. Third and final chance, buyers, I put you on notice. Bidding. Just make it crystal clear, I'm anxious, my sales team taking themselves off mute because I can see a lot of lips moving, but I'm not hearing anything in my ear. Buyers, make no mistake, not going to be sold at that level. Happy to take you north there on a vendor bid at 950,000 with me. Need to be over that 950 mark, and no problems to take your interest north of that level. Thank you very much, Lance. I'm hearing another. Yep, thank you, Lance. I hear the number there. And, well, simply for clarity, as nobody else knows what's going on here, I'm going to retract my vendor bid and simply take that interest north again from Lance's bidder at 911,500. Calculated indeed, and it seems to me the strategy clear. Own the property. It's a good one. Keeping that bid there live at 911,500 and at 911,500. I put it in there quickly for my sales team there to know exactly where we go as I look for 950. Buyers, no mistake, at 911,500, still with Lance in that pole position, his bidder leading the way. At 911,500, the first call. Buyers, you need to be quick. Second call, 911,500. Third and final. All right, Alright, make no mistake, I'm going to reinstate the vendor bid quite happily to just say need to be north of that level at 950. So vendor bid with me at 950,000. I'll make it crystal clear because I have plenty of other registered bidders here on the Zoom, but not seeing their interest. I'm not going to vendor bid again against the same bidder. Happy to take your interest north of that level, the buyer working with Lance. If anyone else wishes to bid, we'd love to see your interest. That said, I fully intend to take the side table, failing raising another bid above that level. Lance needs to be in above 951,500. Well, you know the numbers and I'm happy to call them. 951,500, back with our starter and perhaps our finisher at 951,500. I make it crystal clear, well below my selling instructions. However, I'd rather have a strictly open conversation between buyer and seller and see if we can get this to a level that works. Buyers, I put you on notice that right of transparency swiftly disappearing. I'm going to give you 3 chances, nothing further over and above that 91500, we will move into a side table conversation. First call, and buyers, do not delay. Second time, it goes. Third and final chance, bidding. I need a confirmation here. I'm not seeing anything from my team. Give me an in or out, please. I'm about to move side table. Your opportunity of ownership here at 19A Reid Rd could be disappearing. In or out, please, folks. Bidding. Oh, well, I'm comfortable. I made it pretty clear here. Not seeing anything from the sales team there. Lance, I'm going to pause the auction at this point, have a conversation with you and your lead bidder, and indeed back and forth between the sellers. Bit of a bridge to gap, as you can imagine, or gap to bridge rather, but I'm happy to go there and we'll be back hopefully with successful news. I do just see Diane's hand up. Diane, sorry, please come off mute. Please come off mute so I can hear. Sorry, asking me for a moment, and I'm just going to say respectfully that of course, we have had some time. That said, I understand, particularly when we're working with these moving pieces of technology, I'd hate for a buyer to be disadvantaged if they're watching the live stream. So, words to the wise, please refer to your salesperson for instructions. And of course, I'm just going to check in with Diane. Diane, interest over and above that 951,500 mark. Happy to take you into the mix. Need to be quite prompt with that, please. 951,500, the live bid, marking it now in the hands of Lance Mulu and the buyer working with Lance. Clearly value north at that point. My suggestion, perhaps a mil, but what do we say? Over to you. Diane, in or out, please. Just waiting for instructions here, folks, as you can imagine. Just asking for a wee minute. I'm not sure if you can hear me by working with Diane. Very happy to help you out here. Need to be over and above that 951,500. I'm happy to take your interest. I'm clearly signposting. Next bid, my suggestion, straight to $1 million. Still below selling instructions. You won't own it for that. But happy to take your interest there if that helps you. Need to be over and above our live bid. In respect to our live bidder working with Lance, appreciate your patience. I can imagine this will be slightly frustrating for you. That said, of course, if you are willing to empathise with our seller, you'd want to know what's happening with the bidders just as I do. That said, I'm not going to delay further. In fact, I'm simply going to give you those 3 chances. To the buyer working with Diane and any others here, that right of transparency exists momentarily. First time at 951.5, second call, happy to take your interest over and above. Third and final chance, opportunity swiftly disappearing. All right, well, we will pause the auction here. I'm going to have a little conversation with the buyer working with Lance and our seller and back with an update. I just ask you for your patience as we do that, and I'll be back with an update as soon as I can. Hi everyone, and particularly those of you on the live stream, but also for my colleagues here at the Agent Sunday Bidding Room. Just giving a bit of an update for everyone. We do have an increased figure from our live bidder, 1,037,500. We're still continuing to negotiate. Auction remains live. Just a courtesy update for those of you watching and wondering what's going on behind closed doors. I will be continuing and back with an update as soon as I can. get to have a do-over there, folks. Apologise. No, I recognise I had you on mute there. So just bringing back a bit of an update. We've been continuing to have conversations. I do announce an increase to the bid, 1,082,500. 1,082,500 live bid, and I'm marking that here. We are continuing to negotiate. I'll be back with an update as soon as I can, and I look forward to speaking with you. Please sit tight as soon as I can. Cheers. Well. Lengthy conversations bias our commitment to you to treat fairly, and of course offer that right of transparency at auction. Of course, our duty to sell is crystal clear, working for you to get the best result we can. In this case, lots of options available, and we have had bidders there registered. Your opportunity fair and square to bid over and above in that transparent forum. However, a vendor in this case electing to sell exclusively, I can disclose the price, $1,085,000. That is $1,085,000. I mark the bid with the buyer, working with Lance for continuity's sake. Those of you know, Jeff also working with that buyer now to assist with our team. Great team here at EXP Realty, and of course Grant at Smart Sale, working well indeed. We bid it away here, first, second, third, and sell exclusively. It is sold. Congratulations indeed to our successful purchaser. Good effort indeed. Congratulations to our sellers. All the best with your move. Wish you every happiness up there in Reid Rd, I believe. Great spot to be. Thank you again for those of you with your patience watching on the live stream. I know these things can take a little time. I can see the team celebrating here online. Nice work, folks. Great working with you. I'm David Palfreman. We'll see you again soon. Cheers.